I have a story for you. Let me begin. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, nestled between rolling hills and sparkling waters, there was a small village. In the heart of this village stood a quaint little schoolhouse, its walls echoing with the laughter of children and the wisdom of their teachers. Among the many teachers who graced the halls of this schoolhouse, one stood out a kind, gentle soul named Mr. Raza. Mr. Raza was an elderly teacher, his hair as white as snow and his eyes twinkling with kindness. Every morning when he arrived at school, he would take out a small, worn cloth pouch from his bag. Carefully, he would open it, revealing two things, inside an old pair of round spectacles and a small piece of chalk. The spectacles were not just any spectacles. They were his connection to the world, allowing him to read the books, and most importantly, to look into the bright young eyes of his students. And the chalk, well, it was his tool to shape young minds to write stories and equations on the blackboard, leaving an everlasting impact on the minds of his pupils. These spectacles were not fancy or expensive. They were slightly scratched at the edges, each scratch telling a silent story of years gone by, of countless lessons taught and lives touched. They were full of memories, just like the old man. To him, these spectacles were priceless. He had been wearing them since his college days. They had seen the best of his career, the joy of every parent-teacher meeting, the satisfaction after every exam season, and the wonder in every child's face when they grasp a new concept. They were a part of him, and he a part of them. One day, however, disaster struck. It was a regular Tuesday. The sun was shining, birds were tweeting, and Mr. Raza was busy explaining fractions to his class. He adjusted his spectacles, as he often did, and continued writing on the blackboard. But when he bent down to pick up a fallen eraser, he realized, oh no, his spectacles were gone. His heart skipped a beat. He frantically searched his bag, under the desk, and even in the chalk tray. But they were nowhere to be found. Without his spectacles, the world was a blurry mess. The blackboard, which usually held the key to 1,000 wonders, was now a jumble of strange lines and letters. Even the faces of his beloved students seemed distant and unclear. Mr. Raz's heart sank. How would he teach without his precious spectacles? What would he tell his students? The thought of facing his pupils, knowing he couldn't guide them properly, filled him with dread. As minutes turned into hours, the school day dragged on, each tick-tock of the clock echoing the growing worry in Mr. Raza's heart. Finally, the bell for the last period rang, bringing with it a mix of relief and despair. Relief that the worst was yet to come, but despair because he still